Welcome to our channel, where we explore meaningful life journeys together. Today, we'll look back at a crucial period that everyone must go through, the threshold of university. This isn't just a transition from student to undergraduate. It's a profound time that shapes who we become. Before stepping onto campus, I experienced 5 major turning points, 5 life lessons that I still cherish to this day. Join me as we travel back in time to explore those moments. The first turning point: learning is more than just grades. As a student, I believed that high grades were the sole measure of success. Every exam, every test became a fierce battle, where I had to prove my worth through numbers. I studied day and night, not out of passion, but out of fear of not meeting expectations, until one day I participated in a community science project. Our task was to find water, saving solutions for a small residential area. For the first time, I wasn't studying for an exam, but to solve a real-world problem. I had to read documents, analyze data, and even interview residents. Grades were no longer the top priority. Understanding and applicability were what mattered. The project was successful, and I realized that the value of learning lies in the ability to create change, not in the numbers on a report card. This lesson helped me change my approach to learning in university. I no longer feared grades, but focused on truly understanding the material, asking questions, and seeking solutions. That was a solid foundation for all my later successes. The second turning point: friendships and the value of sincerity. In my teenage years, I used to think that the more friends, the better. I tried to fit into every group, say what I thought they wanted to hear, and sometimes lost myself. With the incident happened when I was betrayed by a close friend whom I trusted deeply. The feeling of hurt and disappointment was so great that I wanted to shut myself off. But then, a few true friends came to my side. They didn't judge, they didn't advise, they simply listened and were there. That's when I realized that quality is more important than quantity. A few sincere friends are more valuable than hundreds of superficial relationships. This lesson taught me how to choose friends, how to build trust, and most importantly, how to be a good friend. In university, I applied this lesson to connect with like-minded friends, creating a strong support network. The third turning point: discovering my true self and passion. Like many other students, I was once vague about my future. I didn't know what I truly wanted, liked, or was good at. I only pursued what others expected, with or careers considered hot. The turning point came when I decided to participate in a volunteer summer camp in a remote area. There, I had no smartphone, no internet, and no luxuries whatsoever. I spent my days teaching children, building latrines, and planting trees. In those seemingly simple tasks, I found true joy. I realized I had the ability to connect with people, had patience, and especially loved helping the community. This lesson guided me in my major and even my future career path. It was the most important self-discovery I ever had. The fourth turning point: facing failure and learning to get back up. I was always a perfectionist, fearing failure more than anything. In my eyes, failure meant inadequacy, not being competent enough. Everything changed when I failed the entrance exam to the specialized high school I had always dreamed of. It was a huge shock, making me feel like my whole world had collapsed. I cried a lot, wondering if I was good enough to pursue my university dreams. But then, after days of wallowing in sadness, I began to introspect. What went wrong? What could I have done better? I realized that I had focused too much on the outcome and forgotten the process. Failure is not an end, but an opportunity to learn and grow. This lesson equipped me with a resilient spirit, unafraid of challenges in university. I understood that every stumble is a stepping stone to go further. The fifth turning point: preparing for independence and personal responsibility. Before university, I was still a sheltered child. With everything from managing finances to household chores was handled by my parents. The biggest change came when I was sent to live independently for a week with relatives in another city. It was the first time I had to plan my own expenses, cook my own meals, and solve every problem that arose by myself. There were times I felt lost and wanted to give up. But it was precisely those experiences that helped me grow immensely. I learned how to manage money wisely, how to organize my time effectively, and more importantly, how to trust in my own abilities. This lesson about independence was the most valuable asset when I entered university. It helped me confidently face living away from home and making important decisions. And those were the 5 turning points that shaped me before the threshold of university. Every experience, good or bad, is a valuable lesson, a brick building the path to maturity. University is not just a place to learn knowledge, but also where we continue to discover ourselves and the world around us. If you are also standing at this important threshold, remember that life lessons are the most enduring luggage. Don't be afraid to stumble, don't stop learning, and always believe in your own unique journey. Thank you for listening to my story. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel to not miss the next meaningful stories. See you in the next videos.